We're at the cyber hub of Gurgaon. This is the place to be. Several glitzy MNC offices, lots of very fancy eating joints. What do the residents of Gurgaon, or should I say Gurugram, think about the decision of the BJP government to change the name of the millennial city? I want to introduce the people who've joined us here at Cyber Hub this evening. I want to start from the right side with Amir Raza Hussain, well-known theatre personality. Also with us on this broadcast is Ashish Dua. He's a spokesperson of the Congress, the party's national media coordinator. With us also is Raman Malik. Raman is the BJP's spokesperson. With us, Ved Pratap Vaidik, well-known Hinduism scholar. Thank you very much, all of you, for joining us. And we've got over here some of the people who work in all these buildings. Just look around. Hero, Deloitte, Lufthansa, several major corporations have their offices over here. People stay very close by. What do people think? Let me start by getting some voices from those who've joined us over here and understand from this young lady to begin with. Do you support the decision to change the name of Gurgaon to Gurugram?
I'm against it.
Why are you against it?
I think let's take a larger picture, what Gurgaon needs. First, let's focus on the safety of women. Second, more employment, more infrastructure building. Why we are wasting people's money on changing the name, the taxpayers? This is not right. I'm against it.
Okay, so let me get Raman Malik to respond, because it's a very good point that this lady is made to start the broadcast with. If there has to be a focus for the Khattar government in Haryana, why should it not be on women's safety? Why is changing a name, naam mein kya rakha hai? Why is changing a name so important to you? Don't you have better things to do?
See, branding, or I may say renaming a particular state or a city, or it's not something that would change the integrity or the persona of the particular city. Now, a wonderful example is yourself. From Headlines Today to India Today. Does this change your appeal?
Can I make a point? In keeping with the example that you cited, there is some logic behind it. We brought together different newsrooms, made it one, integrated our digital, print and TV teams. There is some thought behind it.
So
I'm not understanding the thought behind wanting to change the name from Gurgaon to Gurugram.
Rahul, we have already done a lot of work into planning a better Gurgaon. And already there are things which are already under implementation, whether it was the KMP which was stuck for 10 years has gone ahead. And Gurgaon per se does not only limit to a few 20 or 25 sectors which are on one side of the national highway, but it also consists of the other areas. If you look at Gurgaon in totality, it says that it may have around 9 to 10 lakh people in Gurgaon. But if you look at the actual volume, it is around 4 million people inclusive of the transit population here. Now, if we move ahead from here,
you still haven't been able to explain.
I am coming to that, Rahul.
Logic. No, because that's the only question that people want to know.
Listen.
If you've changed the name, people would like to know, why has this name been changed?
See,
you're not answering
the primary
that
reason is that the aspirations of the people of Gurgaon, which was originally Gurugram, is also there. It is not limited to this confinement.
Okay, I want to introduce at this time Reena Dhaka, also well-known fashion designer. She's joining us here at Cyber Hub. It's great to have you with us. What we're hearing the BJP say is, when you decide or when you talk about what a modern metropolis wants, it's not only about what people like you, me here at the Cyber Hub want, it's also about all those who live in the villages. And if you still look at the composite of Gurgaon, there are still more villages than there are urban city slickers, and therefore all of that must be considered. Do you think that's a strong enough justification to want to change the name?
Well, thing is, I think if the style of language, how, like, my mother is from Haryana and I always told her it's Gur, and she told me no, it's Gurgaon. So this is how we speak it. So it means the same thing, frankly. The gram is gav. And in the Haryanvi style of speaking, the village, they eat up the ra and they make it gur. So, I mean, I don't see the success of achieving this making a very big difference to human
you're making
life.
a very important point. And I want to bring Ved Pratap Vaidik in on this, because the point that Reena Dhaka makes is, Gur in any case refers not to sugar, not to gur, but to Guru, and Gaon is an abode. So how is the abode of the Guru any different from Gurugram?
Yeah, you see, in pronunciation, there is hardly any difference
So why change the
between
name?
Gurgaon and Gurugram.
So why change
but
it?
But this is not the reason to change the name. You see, Gurgaon itself is changing very fast. So why not change the name?
No, why change the name?
Because-
why not change the name is no reason to want to change the name. If it aren't broken, why fix it?
There is a philosophical reason behind
What is the philosophical
it.
reason?
The reason is, if you forget your past, you don't have any future. To build your future, you must have your past known to you very well. You know, Gurugram, this very word, is connected with the long thousands of years of history of India. Dronacharya's village was this. Yudhishthir is supposed to donate this village to Dronacharya because all the Pandavas were trained here. So you connect yourself to your own
Okay,
history.
let Amir Raza Hussain respond, because this is what...
Why Pune has been named as Pune, Banaras has been named Varanasi, and Chennai.
May I
and
answer that as
Kolkata
well?
Yes, because
and
this
Mumbai.
is where the princes came for training. It was their guru's gram, and therefore this is the original name.
Okay, so a few points here. One is, this is a very specious argument. Why should we not change it? This is a name that has come in from mythology. This is a name that has come in from the past. Gurgaon is a name that works. If it didn't work, we would change it. As far as Pune goes, as far as Chennai goes or Mumbai goes, these are names, these are not names that were changed. These were the names which the locals always called their city by. So the British changed the name of Pune to Pune, but the locals called it Pune. The locals called Bombay Mumbai. It remained that. Kolkata was, for all the Bengalis living in that area, always Kolkata, not Calcutta. The point is, here, nobody knows of Gurugram. Nobody, even in the villages surrounding Gurgaon, has been aware of this name.
That's
or
a
has,
very good counter.
has also called it Gurgaon. So that's one thing. The second thing is, when we talk of changing a name, we talk of things which are symbolic, we talk of... So, great symbolism here. Tomorrow is... what? Someone tells me? There's Ambedkar Jayanti. Ambedkar Jayanti, and great symbolism in changing the name and bringing forward the character of Guru Dronacharya, who got Eklavya's thumb cut off for learning the arts. So, great symbolism in this. Congratulate the BJP for doing that. This is what they do. This is what
No,
they
okay. So let
If
Raman
you want to
respond
go on
this.
those tracks, there are various other things that could be said, Raza Saab. But frankly speaking, Gurugram, if you move from this side of the Gurgaon that you know to the village Gurgaon and everybody there, you would actually find that the people know it very well, that Gurugram was the original
No, I'm
place
sorry,
where
Raman,
education was...
nobody in Gurgaon
No,
calls this
listen.
Gurugram. They may call
No.
it Gurgaon.
This was-
Nobody calls it Gurugram.
No,
Have you
this
ever
was
heard?
first
Let me ask
and
the audience,
foremost-
have you ever
first
heard
and
anyone
foremost,
before
before
this?
the-
One second,
before
let's
the
do an audience
Britishers
poll.
renamed
Let's do
it.
an audience poll. One second.
Before the
Why don't you
Britishers
want
and the
to do an
Babur
audience poll?
era,
Before
the
one second,
Britishers
Raman.
and the Babur era
Raman, one second.
started, this was known as Gurugram only.
One second. Has anybody heard of the name Gurugram?
So that is why we want to
before the
tell
Qatar
them.
government came up with this announcement
They
yesterday?
should know what the facts are.
So everyone who all
Or
are
would you
saying
like to
no,
continue
can
with
you
the
put your
Macaulay
hands up?
histories?
Who all are saying no? These are all local inhabitants from Gurgaon. They
Sir,
haven't heard this name earlier.
Sir, with
Okay, may
humble-
I just add something?
Just one by one.
On Wikipedia,
Yes.
as of 3:45 yesterday, there are various entries that are talking about Gurgaon being Gurugram in history, in mythology, all started
3:45 p.m.
3:45 of yesterday.
Okay, I want to bring in
Fantastic.
Ashish
Making
Dua from
aware,
the Congress. Do you
let me-
believe this is a case of misplaced priorities on the part of the BJP?
You know, 2-3 important points have come up. Amir Raza Hussain, took some name of the cities which were anglicized names, which we came back to the original names. All our friends here, everybody, we've learnt when our teachers, our parents said make a name. So how do we make a name? By studying well, by working well. And there's a government which is not working. So how do they make a name? They change a name. That's where
So you're saying they have nothing to show in terms of achievements, and therefore they're changing names.
There they want to come. I will slightly go back into the politics. Why the timing they've chosen now for changing this name? All of a sudden, yesterday, not before, there was no discussion. We hadn't heard this name was coming through. Normally in a normal process, there are discussions, views are taken from citizens, from other people. It wasn't taken. Let me finish. So what happened suddenly yesterday? It has been happening because last few days, what you've been seeing in Haryana, that the way it is being bashed in the courts, in the media, on what are the mishappenings that have happened in Haryana recently during Jat reservation stir.
Come on,
Raman.
You're saying this is an attempt to deflect attention?
I would give you examples. I would give you examples where you following the central government also in changing the names. When you want to divert attention. When you want to divert attention from Rohit Vemula, you manufacture JNU. When you want to
we manufacture JNU? God bless your soul. God bless the soul.
When you want to divert attention,
who went to Rahul Gandhi
when you want to divert attention
before going to Hyderabad University?
You bring
it was all
national
manufacturing. So stop the rhetoric.
Please,
stop rhetoric, Mr. Dua. It is an utter rhetoric that you are doing, and this is a standard process of populism in this country.
Okay, one second. I think Ashish has made an important point.
Ashish has just made a political point which is irrelevant.
Ashish, you've spoken. I'll come back to you. I'll come back to you. You've spoken. I'll come back to you.
No, I've just
the Congress party says, I've heard you, Ashish. I'll come back to you. The Congress party says you've come in trouble in the High Court where you first said there were no gang rapes in Murthal. Later you were forced to acknowledge that at least 4 women were gang raped during the Jat agitation. When you can't deal with these problems, when you can't deliver on development, you're trying to shift the agenda.
Rahul, couple of things I would like to clarify here. We had come up with a public advertisement in all major dailies which carried numbers.
You call it achievement?
Listen, please.
What has happened in Haryana was shameful.
It was manufactured by Congress. It is seen in the states.
Whatever you've done is
more
shameful.
Stop doing it. You did it. You did it.
I don't want both people fighting at the same time.
Please, you are digressing this.
No, he's made an important point. You must respond.
See, what I'm trying to tell here is what they've done here by picking up all these points is just trying to evade. But the basic issue is that today, when they talk about all these mishaps that had happened, we had come out with proper ads asking people to submit their complaints.
But where was the government during those 4 days?
No, also, did you ask people whether they wanted the name to change?
If we want to debate,
let me ask
on those issues,
those are important issues as well. Reena Dhaka, do you not believe
when changing the name, or was it the rights?
Because you deal with brands, and when it comes to changing anything about a brand, is it not natural for the custodians of that brand to first ask customers, ask citizens whether they want the name to be changed? Are you happy with Gurgaon? Do you want Gurugram? Is that not a natural, logical thing to do?
Also, it's a twister. It suddenly sounds so polite, while Gurgaon gives Haryana its real, sound. I mean, I am from Haryana, so I know how rough they sound. With Gurugram, they almost sound sophisticated, like as if they're from Lucknow or some, other Sanskrit-speaking belt. They don't really sound like a true Haryanvi. But I'm glad,
Rahul, I can get to your attention here that the first time that this request was moved was in 2010 by the then elected public representatives of the municipality, which was at that time under Congress. So we must not.
But they didn't do anything about it.
No, so for 6 years, it was lying.
You accepted
for
that demand.
6 years, it was lying. And it is a public aspiration.
Okay, one second. Congress, BJP, one second. Let me ask people here, do you believe the right way to do this, if at all it had to be done, was to have asked the people of Gurgaon whether they want the name to be changed? Do you not think that would have been the right thing? How many people would have liked to be consulted before a decision of this nature is taken? I want to hear from this young lady here.
Yes. I read in one of the news articles that they had taken into consideration a fora of representatives before changing the name. I'd like to know who all were, part of that fora, because people like us, if we were part of it, we'd not have consented to the name Gurugram.
What's
Do
your
you,
problem with the
do
name?
you, Rahul?
I don't. We call ourselves. We're the Millennium City. We're moving towards a better future. Going back and calling it Gurugram, which I don't think any of us are going to be happy with calling, with saying that we live in Gurugram. Okay.
No, this is
Do you-
okay.
do you-
Let's get Ved
do you-
Pratap Vaidik, because not a fallacious point she's making. She says, look around. This is the Millennium City, not just where we are right now, but even otherwise. This is the new face of Gurgaon. So shouldn't the new face of Gurgaon be in keeping with the image of the city instead of taking us back into the past?
Well, this is new city, so it should have a new name.
Why should it have an old
But
name?
do you? I'm coming to it. You know, when you say that people should have been consulted, do you want them to exercise a kind of plebiscite here? Do you want them to hold a plebiscite here?
No, but they must ask
For
some
changing
question.
the name?
It's not about a
You know,
plebiscite. A plebiscite
name
has a
has been
completely
changed.
different connotation.
The
Let me
name-
listen to some of the
the
people. Yes.
name-
Do
name
you
has
agree
been
with the
changed
decision to change the name of Gurgaon to Gurugram?
No, I
They are
don't.
having the original name.
Because we have more important problems at hand right now. Like we should concentrate on the security of women, we should concentrate on the infrastructure, and we should also concentrate on jobs for the people. So I don't think this is an important problem. As you said, this is a misplaced priority on the part of the government.
Do you think this is a misplaced priority?
this
Let Raman
argument
Malik
is
respond.
flimsy.
I want to listen to more
You
people
know,
from the audience.
this
The
argument
audience
is
believes
flimsy.
this is a case of misplaced priority. Focus on
Rahul,
security of women. That's the
Rahul,
real issue to
Rahul,
deal with.
is a
The
flimsy
kind,
argument.
the kind of movement, the kind of changes that are coming here in Haryana are path-breaking. For your information, even after such heinous crimes which were orchestrated from back end, and we have seen the stings of people who did it, we still were able to manage commitments of 5,84,000 crore rupees of investment coming into Gurgaon, which is now going to be Gurugram. Now, I would like to understand, and this all happened here into Haryana, I'm sorry, but this all happened here. So all that I am trying to tell you here is that naming it Gurugram does not change the commitment of the government. The ideas of improvement in the city does not change
Okay, let's
the
listen
ethos
to
of
more
the city.
residents. Let's listen to more residents. Yes.
Okay, so I think initially it was Gurugram, right? And now if they are doing this in respect of Guru Dronacharya, then they should have not changed this to Gurgaon. And now if it is Gurgaon, so let it be Gurgaon. Let us focus on different things. Like this man said, let us focus on security of women and other things. That's what I think.
How do you
I
lose the
have
focus?
one point to counter. Raman just said, that we had shown investment of 5,80,000 crores or whatever. I would like to, enlighten our friend that most of the projects what were committed were real estate projects. They were not manufacturing projects, and which were ongoing projects by the developers like DLF, Vatika, and M3M and all that.
Sir.
So you.
Sir, for your
please,
kind information,
please,
384.
I've seen
384
I've seen those commitments. And second thing, and if you're trumpeting so much about vibrant Gujarat all through these years, if you see the lakhs of crores of MOUs that have been signed, the real conversion on the ground has been only
Okay,
about 10%.
I want to listen to more citizens. Yes. Do you agree with the decision to change the name, or do you believe this is a case of misplaced priorities?
Rahul, I believe that there is nothing fancy about calling us Gurgramites. So I have rather three doubts. One is Niyat, Niti and Nirnay. So all these three are involved in this decision. I still remember Haryana Summit, Shining Haryana and all those things which happened. So Bhagavad Gita was distributed and it was called that it is the city of Lord Krishna. Now it's Gurgaon is a place of Guru Dronacharya. And this all connects are politically motivated. So one day you will hear something like we are the people who are bringing the change and we are bringing the traditional and ancient history to life. And all these youngsters who have some vision in their mind and who wants to do something, they all will be dead. Because they will be more focused whether they are Gurgaonites or they are Gurugramites. So
I
It's also a
I don't
mouthful.
think so.
Or now
I don't think so.
Instead of the
People
cyber
don't
city,
have.
will be called Cybergram.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Do you agree with the idea of changing the name of Cyber City to Cybergram? How many people agree? Put your hand up, because that's what the Khattar government may want to do next. Is that correct, Mr. Malik? Is that also going to be on the agenda?
What we are supposed to do and what we are doing is development of this entire state. We are not trumpeting spending public money on to being number one, whereas we did nothing.
Okay, let Ved Pratap Vaidik, because the one point that's being made again and again, it doesn't fit into the image of the city. It doesn't fit into the image of being a millennial city.
Rahul, only limited landmass you're talking about.
No,
you're not talking
point?
about the rest of the place.
What's the point?
Even the rest of the place wants to develop. Yeah. They don't want to go backwards. They want to go forwards.
Also, so we accept. Come in, sir.
Raza Sahab, a lot of things.
Sir, we accept that.
If you ever get a chance and you want to sit down and read Bhagavad Gita, it is basically.
I've already read it.
It is a GPS to life.
I will come to.
One second.
You will be happy to know that.
I'll just make a point.
That has nothing to do with changing the name.
If Raza Sahab, if you go back into the history, what they've been saying, that Guru Dronacharya was a great guru who became great because Arjun was his student. He was the best archer. It was basically because of Ekalavya who donated, who cut his thumb. So why not name it Ekalavya Gram? Because it was because of his sacrifice Guru Dronacharya was known.
I don't want to get caught in a historical argument. One second. I want to ask Ved Pratap Vaidik. 1 second, Raman Malik. Allow me to moderate, please.
You only distort
I think the both of you are speaking and I don't want you to allow me to moderate. I'll come to you when I want to. I want Ved Pratap Vaidik to explain to everyone sitting here the logic. They're saying there are real problems. Problems about women's safety, terrible civic infrastructure, terrible traffic jams. Took me an hour and a half to come in. Deal with those problems. This business of changing a name means nothing, does nothing.
Does anybody say that by changing the name, we are installing all these problems? We are not paying any heed to these problems?
So why not focus on those problems instead?
There is no contradiction between changing the name and handling all these problems. And as far as changing the name is concerned, you know this GURUGRAM is gram, do you know? Chana. And Guru ka chana. And you know it has softness. GURUGRAM. People would call it GURUGRAM. And GURUGRAM sounds so nice.
So what's wrong with Gurgaon?
Yeah, Gurgaon, I would tell you, you know, for the first time 40 years ago when Sushma Swaraj and her brother brought me to this town for a lecture, I asked Sushma Swaraj कि बहन जी इसका नाम गुड़गांव क्यों पड़ा? क्या यहाँ गुड़ बिकता है? क्या यहाँ गन्ना पैदा होता है? क्या यहाँ का रस एक्सपोर्ट होता है? गुड़ एक्सपोर्ट होता है? तो उन्होंने कहा नहीं, ये बेसिकली गुरुग्राम है और इसका
तो गुरुगांव कर देते सर।
तो उसका गलत नाम पड़ गया है। तो गलत नाम को सही नाम करना भी गलत है।
I think we've heard different points of view. This is where we end this broadcast. Thank you all very much for joining us. We leave it to our viewers to decide whether they think they agree with the idea of changing the name of Gurgaon to Gurugram or not. But clearly there are far more important things the government should be dealing with on an immediate basis. Thank you. We've heard what the netas had to say. We've heard what the citizens of Gurugram had to say. Let's now see how social media reacted, because this is one topic that's been buzzing on social media. Lots of different takes. Let's bring you some of them.
Delhi's most happening suburb is getting its name changed. A name that doesn't quite match up with its image as the Millennium City.
So what will people from Gurugram be known as?
Guris.
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 Gurugrammar.
Gurugrammar. What do you think, ma'am?
Gurugrammar.
From social media to its own residents, Gurgaon, or should we say Gurugram, has become the butt of all jokes.
Which they are investing in changing the name, basically hoardings and all. They should be investing in development of the city itself. That would be a better option, better idea to do that.
Residents of the glitzy suburb have their issues coming to terms with Gurugram, the ancient name for North India's most fast-paced city.
I don't think it's a good option, and changing the name is of no use, and Gurgaon is no more a village. Gurgaon totally relates to the corporate world, I guess. And changing the name will definitely bring a great impact on the brand value.
But for many who form the backbone of the city's ethos, the new name will do little to change things.
गुड़गांव अच्छा है या गुरुग्राम अच्छा है?
गुड़गांव अच्छा है वैसे तो हाँ
आप ऐसे
गुड़गांव अच्छा है
गुड़गांव
ठीक है सर गुरुग्राम.
The state government's rationale behind the move to bring heritage closer to those who dwell in the concrete jungle appears to be a lost cause.
What I see are the worst kind of roads that are there. In Gurgaon city, called the Millennium City, but the roads over here suck. Even some infrastructure is not that well developed, and the crime rate is surging. Since you're changing all that, you're changing the name.
Suffice it to say that most residents aren't too thrilled about their city's changed nomenclature.
Residents of Gurugram have taken this decision of the government, which says that they want to get the city back to its roots, get it in touch with its roots, have taken it with mixed feelings. Few say it's a good decision, others criticize it, saying that the Millennium City is being pushed few steps backward.
Now, Munir is still to be arrested. He is the prime suspect in this case. He's also related to the NIA DSP, is what UP police sources are telling India Today. We will continue to track that story. But moving on, one of India's most famous women bikers, Veenu Paliwal, she's passed away in a road accident. Now, Paliwal died in a motorcycle accident in Madhya Pradesh's Vidisha district.